Why do you hold physical silver? Why do you hold physical gold? Why do you invest in precious metal mining stocks? I imagine it probably boils down to fear, right? We want safety and security for ourselves and for our family, and we know the big story. We know the big picture, right? And we know that gold and silver have provided safety and security for thousands and thousands of years. Now, what we want to talk about today is what's going on in the world, and specifically with the BRICS organization, and some scary, scary developments on that front that will make us maybe, and I think probably, and I'll be curious to hear what you think, feel good about the fact that we choose to hold physical precious metals and invest in the precious metal mining stocks. Let's dig in right now. Why do you hold physical metals, gold, silver? Why would you ever invest in a precious metals mining stock? I know why. Because you're scared. Fear. It drives a lot of our actions in life, and that's okay, because what we want is safety and security for ourselves, for our family, our friends, our loved ones. That's why we invest in the precious metals and the mining stocks. And when you look out at what's going on in the world, and specifically today, we're going to shine the old flashlight on the BRICS organization and some developments that are occurring within the world geopolitically, specifically with the BRICS, that are downright frightening for us in the West. Thank you for joining me today. You, yes, you. There's only one you. I appreciate you being here. Let's do a quick review of the BRICS. What are the BRICS? Well, they're 5 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Those countries alone command respect amongst themselves, right? Russia, China, Brazil, India, major population, major economic powers. But what becomes even more interesting are developments in terms of other countries who are expressing desire or who have already applied to join those 5 countries. Have you heard the recent news regarding the BRICS? This is where it starts to get scary. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov announced that there's actually 12 additional countries who want to join the BRICS. We already know that Algeria, Argentina, and Iran have applied to join the BRICS. Additional countries, just a few of them, who are expressing interest and desire to join the BRICS: Turkey, Egypt, Afghanistan, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Thailand, the United Arab Emirates, and the big one, the big one that should have us all shaking in our boots in the West is Saudi Arabia. More than half of the world population would be aligned under the BRICS umbrella, and they would control a majority of many of the real commodities in the world, things like oil, food, and precious metals. Saudi Arabia joining the BRICS would be devastating to the United States and the West. We're going to talk about that a little later in the video. But first, I want to draw your attention to an astounding fact that if all of those countries were to join the BRICS combined, they would have a GDP greater than 25% greater than the United States of America. It would form a true economic powerhouse. And I don't know how you feel about this, but I don't think it would be a real good thing having all those countries aligned together, because most of them have expressed discontent with the United States and the policies implemented by our government over the last few decades. And do you think that could spell trouble for the United States economy and other economies in the West? These countries binding together, all of which put a much higher priority level on things like real assets, oil, food, gold, and silver. They've complained about many, many things, but one of which is the price manipulation of our friends, silver and gold. This could all spell trouble for the United States economy and, more importantly, the U.S. dollar. And as the dollar depreciates and goes down in value, gold and silver hold their value and will go up in dollar terms. But let's talk about the real potential knockout punch. Saudi Arabia. If they choose to join the BRICS, that will be devastating to the West and the U.S. economy, because since 1974, oil has only been sold in U.S. dollars. And let's stop for a minute and pull our head out of the sand. Have you noticed that China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Argentina, all those countries are becoming fast friends? We don't get that reported on the mainstream media here in the West, but if you dig in just a little bit and examine the relationships between most of these BRICS countries, they seem to be getting along very, very well. And they have a common theme amongst themselves: discontent with the United States of America. That's given the U.S. dollar the privilege of being the dominant world currency. Most of the trade in the world goes on in dollars. And even though the existing BRICS countries have expressed their desire and intent to start their own reserve currency for trading, if Saudi Arabia were to join the BRICS and stop trading oil exclusively in dollars, that would kill the U.S. economy, because all those dollars that are needed to buy and sell oil, a lot of that is recycled back into the United States through buying treasuries. It has afforded the United States a luxury of running up huge debts. Things could get ugly very, very quickly. And don't forget, right, in 1971, President Richard Nixon took the United States off the gold standard temporarily and essentially then started backing the U.S. dollar with oil. If that backing goes away, I don't want to be a doom and gloom negative guy, but things could get very, very hairy for the United States economy and the U.S. dollar. That's why we hold silver, hold gold, hold precious metal mining stocks, because we know that over thousands and thousands of years, right, they've seen these types of changes occur. And it's really interesting that over all those thousands of years, that silver and that gold, wherever it may be sitting right now, has held its value, and it will continue to hold its value. I mean, what are your other options? Cryptocurrency? Hey, thanks for joining me today in Ron's Basement. You are the most important part of Ron's Basement. I appreciate you being here, and I'll look forward to seeing you, yes, you, next time. Hey everybody, it's Ron from Ron's Basement, live on the log flume with Lily. Lily, say hi. Hi.